Hello everybody, I'm SnipingIsFun, and in today's video I'm basically going to give my thoughts on the fact that the second Fire Emblem on the DS hasn't been localized to America or Europe, and basically my thoughts on if we actually are going to be able to see this game in the near future, because just recently they revealed the 3DS one that's coming out. But before I get into that, I wanted to show a few more games I got. Quickly get through them. They're all either were on sale or used. Most of them being DS games, no original DS games, and one PS2. And let's get that started. First one's first. Metal Slug 7. I'm an okay fan of the Metal Slug series. Not the biggest fan, but somewhat. I've played the collection. I never played the games way back when they came out, but I played the collection and everything. And I have like an SNK collection on the Wii that has the first one on it. But I got this yesterday when I went to Hot Hits for about like $12 used, and it's pretty cool so far. The first Rhythm Heaven, barely playing it. I wanted to try it out to see if I might be interested in playing the Wii one when it comes out. I mean, I'm so far enjoying this game so far, although it's kind of hard to get into. But still, I'm not set on if I want to get the Wii one, because it's not like a game I'm really interested in. But maybe in the near future, like in the future, like in 2012 or something, maybe when it goes on sale or something. Maybe if it ever does go on sale, knowing Nintendo games, maybe I'll try it. But you never know. And I haven't really played any of these games from here yet, but this game looked interesting to me. It's kind of like an RTS meets RPG kind of game. Spectral Force Genesis, which is kind of like a RTS RPG type game. I haven't played it yet, but I did open it up and barely take a look at this one. It's kind of like, it's a game that you pick. It's a big giant continent that like you're trying to get the nations, the colonies, like to get together, or so like you're trying to like make peace or so, and you have to pick like a colony you want to play as, and as you go along I think you unlock more, but you can start with like 6 or something, and each one has like their own leader kind of thing, as far as I've seen from it. Dragon Quest Monsters Joker. I'm trying to get into the Dragon Quest series. It was on sale and gonna get it. Glory of Heracles looked interesting. This game has been interesting to me for a while now. I've wanted to try it out, but I never got around to getting it. And basically, since most of these games we put in layaway at Kmart's, which is the reason why we got them pretty much. Besides, of course, Metal Slug. And I want to try this out eventually. And now on to the PS2 game. Shin Megami Tensei Persona. How do you pronounce this name now? Persona 3. Never played any of the Shin Megami Tensei games, Persona games, or anything like that. This one was on sale. The only one there, I wanted to try it out and see if I can like the games, maybe to get more into the series or so. Especially when I want to try to play the one on the 3DS that just came out. Even though I think they're different genres, sort of, and there's that new one coming out on the DS next year. But yeah, that's it. That's basically a few of my pickups. Hope you guys like that. And now on to my video, actually about Fire Emblem. This is just my thought. Just recently they announced that the new Fire Emblem game on the 3DS was coming out. And you know what? That game looks really, really cool. Me being a Fire Emblem fan, at least within the last couple of years, I basically just got into the series over the last couple of years. But what I'm starting to worry about now is, are we going to see the second one on the DS ever come out here? We got the first one, we got 7, we got 8, we got 9, we got 10, which 7 and 8 were on the Game Boy Advance. 9 was the Path Radiance on the GameCube, and 10 was Radiant Dawn on the Wii. The thing is, and we got the remake of the first one, which was, Marth's Adventure, the Origins of Marth. The thing about this second one on the DS, it's the next game with Marth in it. It's the continuation of the story, and if they don't bring it here, it leaves a lot of fans left on like a loop, like left on like like on the edge pretty much of like not knowing where the story goes from there, because they're left out in the open not knowing what goes on next, because not a lot of gamers out like go out and try to localize, I mean try to like, you know, import, you know, games. There's gamers out there that do that, and then they go off and print off things like of sheets of dialogue, or they use the internet or something to help them understand what they're saying, since all the characters are speaking in Japanese originally. But not everyone does that, and not everyone also, like I said, imported the games way back when they came out on the NES and Super Nintendo and everything, so they didn't get to play back then. The thing about this is, and it's based off the comment that I got way back on one of my Operation Rainfall videos, I think, something about localization or something like that. Or I don't know, maybe it was another video, I don't know. Some guy kept saying, like, said basically the reason, and I said this before in multiple videos, and you probably heard me say this multiple times. Basically, they thought that the reason behind all these, like, you know, remakes, updated versions of the Fire Emblem games was to localize them out to other countries, because besides Japan, like, no other country got any of the older, like, Fire Emblem games. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, America and Europe and all that never got them. And then Europe still hasn't got Radiant Dawn on the Wii. So that's another game they got left out on 2, and America's getting left out on 1, besides obviously the old 1 through 6 games, you know. Besides, I mean 2 through 6 now, because now we have, you know, the remake of the first one. But it's starting to make, like, and that's like that's what I thought too, basically. You know, Japan's already got to play this game like twice now. America, Europe, and all these other countries, for the people who did not try to import them, which is a lot of people, and there are Fire Emblem fans that want to play this stuff, they're being left out now. They're not. They haven't even got a chance to play the game once. While in Japan, many gamers, besides obviously, I think the games might be on their Wii Virtual Console. I'm not fully sure what they get. I'm sure those games are on the Wii Virtual Console for them. They've got 2 or 3 different opportunities to play this game. And yes, I know the remake was, you know, for the newer generation of like Fire Emblem fans. The thing is, it's kind of like the way here. There's newer Fire Emblem fans here, which basically are like the original Fire Emblem fans, basically in America. Since we really didn't Fire Emblem in America till about 2003, when they finally decided to localize the games out here, and then they decided to pull this and not give us one. I mean, there's still chances they have, because the DS is still getting games. That new Shin Megami Tensei game, Shin Megami Tensei 2 or something like that, is coming out like early 2012 in America. So, cause even with the 3DS out, they're still releasing, you know, DS games. DS games are still coming out, so there's still a chance for Europe and America to get the second Fire Emblem on DS, to be able to play Marth's second adventure. The thing is, with this new game dawning, like, supposed to be like spring of 2012, it's kind of like, it's like the time is growing nearer, though, that this game, the next one's supposed to be coming out. So I basically wrote this on like a comment on Facebook, basically saying, with this new Fire Emblem coming out, the best thing Nintendo of America can do, and Nintendo of Europe as well, you know, other countries, is by the time this Fire Emblem 3DS game comes out, because when it comes out in Japan, America and Europe aren't not going to get it yet, are not going to get the game yet. When these games come out in the spring of 2012, give America and Europe and any other country out there, maybe like Australia and everything, give them the second Fire Emblem on DS. Localize it to them, so at least they get some Fire Emblem game to play. It's not the exact same game, but it's something for them to play, something new, instead of having to go out and try to find an old game or something, if they don't have it. Which, a lot of people, they probably already have them. I already have all the Fire Emblems that were localized to America. 7, which is called like Advance. No, it's just actually just called Fire Emblem. Then Sacred Stones, Path to Radiance, Radiant Dawn, and Shadow Dragon. And I would like to play a new one. I haven't beat all those yet, but it's like I can go back and play those. I'd like to have something to look forward to too. At least give us that game, while Japan loves to play that game. They get that game and get a chance to play it. And then by like, you know, the end of 2012, early 2013, they could localize the 3DS one to America. So at least we have a game in the series to hold us off till then, because they got that game like what, 2009, 2010? America and Europe can get that game in 2012 and then give us the 3DS one end of 2012 or early 2013, and then you can keep the game series coming and keep Fire Emblem coming and make sure that any remakes and newer games that come out get localized places. Because now people are worrying, like basically I see comments on there, people are worrying if America and Europe are even going to get the 3DS game now, because if we're not getting this one, because supposedly sales weren't good for Shadow Dragon, I don't know how, there's like people here that love the game actually, and it seems to sell, like the older games seem to sell well. I don't know how that one didn't. If it did, I don't know. I don't go look at sales myself, but if that were true, wouldn't you want to keep it up and try to do better the next time? One game doesn't mean anything. Now if it was consistent, like 2, 3, 4 games selling bad in a row, that might be a problem. That was like one game, and I don't even know if that's true. People keep saying, oh, it's because Shadow Dragon sold badly here. I have no idea. I bought the game. I enjoy it. It's actually a good game. Not my favorite Fire Emblem, but it's good. I don't see how it could have sold bad. But that's the reason. That's not a good reason, actually. There's a ton of people here, and they like I say with Operation Rainfall, people don't want to have to jump through the hoops to play these games. Not everyone's an importer. Not everyone's a hacker. Not everyone like wants to buy a Japanese like. Actually, no, you don't have to buy a Japanese DS. But still, it's in Japanese, and this is like an RPG. Tons of dialogue. A lot of people don't understand Japanese, and if they did, they wouldn't want to learn it. And if they didn't, they wouldn't want to just learn it to play a game. Or a few. Basically, a lot of games. A lot of people want to play these games legally. The Operation Rainfall games, this Fire Emblem, that Dynamic Slash, so on and so forth. The thing about this Fire Emblem game is, and I agree with this guy's comment, are we going to see this new one with this game not here? Or are they going to skip that game entirely, trying to make it seem like the game doesn't exist, to move on? When obviously the DS is still getting games, as seen by Shin Megami Tensei. I'm sure there's some new games coming out, like that Alien Infection game and whatever like that. You know, there's newer games coming out for it, so the DS is not dead yet, and it probably won't be dead for a year or so. There's game developers still supporting the system, and I just hope that it does get localized, and I hope, because I'm a Fire Emblem fan. I mean, like I said, I've been a Fire Emblem fan for a few years now, and a ton of people, a ton of Americans and European, gamers are Fire Emblem fans. People like that kind of series. I like it because it's like a strategy RPG. It's a Nintendo franchise that's a pretty cool game, and it usually has interesting characters and stories. I played I played 7 before when the series first came out, because I got obviously interested, like a lot of people, because of Marth and Roy's inclusion in Melee. And then, obviously, I played the game. I think it interested at first and I sold it, but then I played like Radiant Dawn on the Wii, then played Path of Radiance, and then got Sacred Stones, then got the original Shadow Dragon. I just want to continue getting games, but by the looks of it, it seems like either we're not going to get like any more, or they're not going to give us all of them, and that's not cool. I would like to get a chance to go back and play Roy's Adventure. Maybe they'll remake that game in the future. I'd like to be able to play that. I'd like to be able to play Fire Emblem 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because obviously, if they're remaking Marth's games, they're probably going to remake the other 4 too, and continue making new games. And I'd like them to. I'd like to at least have the ability to know that I don't have to worry about the games not coming here. I would like to be able to play them. And that's just my thoughts on that. I'm just saying, with this new game announced, are we still going to see that game here? I hope so. Because I would hope that sometime in 2012 they announce that game's going to come here in Europe and all that, while Japan gets obviously is going to get the 3DS one first, and then we have to wait after the localization of the second Marth Adventure on DS till about end of 2012 or into 2013 for the 3DS one, which I could obviously wait for as long as I know I have something to play along that time on the DS. That's just my thoughts. I hope you guys like this video. Put in the comment section if you agree with me or disagree with me. Are you guys Fire Emblem fans? Do you want to see the second Fire Emblem on DS? What do you guys think about this game not coming here yet? I mean, what do you guys think? What are you guys gonna think if they don't bring it here? What do you guys think if they are gonna bring it here? Are you looking forward to the 3DS one? Do you want to play this one? What games do you have in the series? you know, how much do you like it? How long have you been a fan or so? Put in the comment section what you think. Name all that stuff off if you want to. And I'll see you guys later in my next video. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to, and see you guys later.